I am bad at the piano. For about 15 minutes, I think I could make you think I'm okay at it. That's about all the material I have, the amount of time I can fill with the songs I know. But I don't know any scales. I don't understand music theory. I can't play anything by ear. It takes me about 3 months to learn a new song. I honestly don't know why I keep a piano in my room anymore. My progress has been stagnant for years, and I really don't see that changing in the future. It didn't always feel that way. Back in high school, I had a YouTube channel where I uploaded song covers and even some original music. I got to about 1,000 subscribers after a year or so. I felt pretty good about it after a while. I had these vague fantasies of being the next indie sensation discovered from a bedroom music studio. It was never going to happen, but it was a fun dream. And then I just sort of stopped posting. The videos are all private now. My musician dreams are dead and buried. The thing is, I was a child the first time I ever played the piano. I've had years to become more than mediocre, and looking back on it like that, it's really hard not to wonder, what if I practiced regularly as a kid? What if I kept using that channel, kept growing as a musician, kept improving? If I could turn back the clock. When I talk about Tatami Galaxy, I'm not talking about the novel. I have never read it. I am talking about the anime adaptation of that novel directed by Masaki Yuasa. I mentioned him by name because that is the Devilman Crybaby guy, and if you recognize the art style at all, that's probably why. This one is right up there with 12 episode series that will change your life forever, except it's kind of an overachiever because it only has 11 episodes in total. Here's how the first one goes. Our protagonist is entering college with dreams of a rose-colored campus life. He joins the tennis club thinking it's going to be straight out of those college dreams. It's not. He sucks at tennis. He doesn't miraculously find a girlfriend and fall in love. All he gains is a best or maybe worst friend who drives him to make worse and worse choices. He completely wastes his first 2 years of college, ruins every opportunity in front of him, and at the end of the episode he thinks, if I had chosen some other club, I could be living out my dreams right now. Episode 2. Our protagonist is entering college with dreams of a rose-colored campus life. He joins the movie club thinking it's going to be straight out of those college dreams. You might get the idea already. Whether it's cycling or softball or the campus secret society, our protagonist will feel like he wasted his time by the end. No matter how many redos he gets, he is not satisfied. He will not stop making the same mistakes. He goofs off, he keeps poor company, he wastes what should be his one chance at a college life. That's all the first 9 episodes really amount to. Spins of the wheel, an inescapable time loop of missed opportunities, a look into our protagonist's own personal samsara. You might think that would get tiresome, and if it was another series, it probably would. But every single second of those 9 episodes is beautiful. The animation is stunning and brimming with life, and the narration is just truly one of a kind. I've always felt like novels are really unique in their ability to make you relate to and really grow to love an annoying narrator. And you can tell this is an adaptation of a novel for how well it gets that same effect going. I absolutely adore this unnamed asshole. I could probably watch this premise go on forever. Just infinite permutations of the same college student wasting his own time. But the thing is, those 9 episodes aren't really what Tatami Galaxy is about. The series actually pulls off a pretty audacious magic trick because all of that, 80% of the series, it's just setup. It's the prologue. In episode 10, our protagonist is entering college with dreams of a rose-colored campus life, but he doesn't join any club. He stays home in his 4.5 tatami room for 2 years, only leaves to attend class or buy food. One morning, he opens the door. How much of your life have you wasted? I no longer have any intentions of becoming a musician. I still play music sometimes when I feel like it, and yes, it's fun, but it's not my world, not like I thought it might one day be when I was in high school. I have other passions now, other places where I dedicate my time. So, was all that time I spent on music as a kid wasted? That YouTube channel sucked up hours and days of my life, and now it's gone. It never went anywhere. Yes, it was fun, but what was the point? You only get to experience high school once. I could have spent that time on anything, and I wasted it on a completely unnecessary project that resulted in absolutely nothing. How can you call that anything but a waste? A 4.5 tatami mat room. This is where our protagonist lives, and this is what he finds when he tries to leave. The tatami galaxy finally showing its face, an endless, inescapable stretch of what looks like the same tiny room on repeat. I say looks like because the further our protagonist explores, the more small differences he notices. Every single room is his, but they all belong to a different version of him. The one who played tennis, the one who made amateur movies, each and every version that joined each and every club. We've seen these versions of him. We've watched each one fail miserably and make idiotic and irresponsible choices. We've watched as he ruins relationships and opportunities. We've seen the friends he makes, all of them off-kilter and degenerate, the kinds of people who can't be worth spending time with. These are wasted lives. Failures. But the version of our protagonist who has been trapped in tatami hell for months finds the evidence of these embarrassing lives and is only overcome with envy. Each and every room is so full of color, passion, love, and yes, all of them are filled with signs of his mistakes. But those are also signs of a life that has been lived. How can he call any of that time wasted? How could he regret a single moment out there in the world, alive? It is too easy to think of our lives as a series of numbers meant to add up to some grand sum. We want to make something of ourselves, a version of the self that must be achieved, and every moment we spent alive should be spent towards that vision. If we are not accruing capital, we should be dedicating our time to some meaningful skill. If we rest, exercise, take care of ourselves, it's not for the sake of the act of it, but for the outcome. It's a necessary annoyance, a moderate waste of precious time so that we will be operating in peak condition for the things that matter. Life is something to be min-maxed. That's the ideal, and the truth is that almost none of us actually live like that, even though we'd like to. It's the end of January, and that means that millions of people are staring down dead dreams just filled to the brim with shame. We want so badly to live up to the rose-colored version of ourselves. We want the way we spend our time to mean something, and when we waste ourselves, it hurts. It feels like its own kind of killing, chipping away at the things we could have become. The thing is, you are going to die one day, and none of your dreams are going to change that fact. You might fulfill every single one. You might become a famous musician, a best-selling author, a millionaire. You might meet the love of your life, have kids, be the perfect spouse, the perfect parent. None of that will change the fact that you are going to die one day. There will be a point at which the numbers end, the sum is calculated, and no matter how high the score you got is, the result will be the same. None of us are making it out of this alive, but you are here now. You have been here for a while. You have committed the most impressive act possible in our universe by breathing. You have people in your life, however horrible, and you have hobbies, however much you ignore them, and you have dreams, whether or not they come true. You get to feel miserable and hateful and bitter and apathetic because you get to feel anything, because you get to be alive. The days you spend might not ever add up to anything. But to be ashamed of a single moment is to be ashamed of being alive. Being allowed to waste your own time is a gift, and it is yours, whether you like it or not. Yay, everyone's fun Tatami Galaxy video, guys. Really fun Tatami Galaxy video. We had fun with this one. We got silly with it. We got fun and silly with it.